Hey everybody, Jesse Prejean here. For those who don't know me, I am a spiritual coach, teacher, and intuitive medium. And I'm making this video because I wanted to give you a little bit of background of my experience in the healing arts and how I came to build a successful business doing what I love to do, which is to help people heal and transform their lives, teaching people a variety of different tools that they can use to develop as intuitives, and just to grow and expand on their healing journey. So I got started back in 2011 after my own kind of pain and darkness and shadow experiences that were going around in my 20s. I struggled with addiction and alcoholism, and it was when I decided to turn around and make a change. November of 2011, I decided to get some help. And in the process of getting sober and getting away from those toxic patterns, I had a profound spiritual awakening. And I won't go into too many details about that, but through this awakening, I learned that I had gifts. I learned that I was an empath, a highly sensitive person, and I had this ability to work with energy, and I had this ability to kind of feel things in a way most people weren't sensing and experiencing the world. And so it was through this awakening experience that I decided, I thought to myself, well, after having such a big awakening, that I need to do something with this. And so I really stepped into my calling immediately after having this experience. And I began by studying Reiki and energy healing modalities. And right away, I knew this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be helping people heal and grow and transform through energy healing practices. So I started seeing clients right after I became attuned to Reiki and eventually became a Reiki master. I started to see people and get them on my table, and I started to do my work in the world. And it was so deeply fulfilling. Nothing up to that point in my life had given me that sense of fulfillment and passion and pride in being able to do something in the world, to provide a service and serve my community. It was through eventually continuing this practice that I began to notice other things turning on for me, other gifts, other intuitive abilities kind of awakening by working with this energy. Eventually, I developed as an intuitive. I started to work with divination tools, and eventually also developed as a medium. This was something that kind of a realm that opened up in my Reiki practice, and I started to see and sense spirits in the room when I would see certain clients, and I started to realize, I'm also a medium, so let me move into that area. So I started to really bring in all these different tools into my spiritual healing tool belt and use these to serve people. And I really love the work. I continue to do these things in some capacity. I still offer Reiki treatments here and there. I do readings occasionally, and I still really enjoy serving spirit in a mediumistic sense. So after a while of really finding passion and purpose in my spiritual work, I kind of hit this wall where I wasn't sure how I could create something sustainable by only seeing a few clients here and there. I was maybe getting two, maybe three people a week at most. And I was still working a job at the time for corporate America. And it got to a point where I just felt I needed to do more. I wanted to do more. And I wanted to create something sustainable for myself to where I could get out of the rat race. I could get out of this, like all these soul sucking jobs that I just really never liked. And I was always exhausted. I was always, having to take vacations to get away from that lifestyle. But all the while, I was still building and creating this spiritual business. And through all the tools that I was offering at the time, I started to be able to create some more consistency, but I knew there was something else. I knew there was another way I could serve people while also, starting to create a life that felt better for me. And that was when I hired a coach and realized I can take all of my gifts, I could take all of these skills that I've developed over the years, and I could start helping people in a very different way that was a lot bigger than I had conceived in my mind. And that was to start offering people long-term transformational coaching or spiritual coaching. It was when I started to open up to this notion and look at how much more I can offer people in the world, aside from just, having them come in for a session and them going back out into the world to kind of do their own thing. I could create this container for someone to spend time with me and heal and work on themselves for a long period of time. And what I noticed is that when I realized I could do this, I could facilitate longer term permanent transformation for people. And that's what I wanted. I was like, I need that as part of my business model. I need to step into this in a big way. And so, working with this coach, I started coaching and mentoring as a spiritual coach and supporting people on their journey. I was using my Reiki, I was using my intuitive abilities, but I also got to this position where I recognized I'm more than that. It's like everything that's inside of me that I know in my personal life growth and spiritual journey that I'm sharing with these people. And it became something that was very natural. It was me showing up as me and serving people in a way that they could really, really grow. And I fell in love. So after I decided to start incorporating these transformational containers and coaching and mentoring, I started to realize, whoa, okay, I'm actually bringing in more money. I'm helping people in a bigger way. And there became this point where there was such a contrast, a discrepancy between my part-time job that I despised and my business that I was 100% on board with. This contrast and discrepancy between the two got so polarized that it got to the point I had to make a decision. At that point, I wasn't necessarily making enough money to see that I could sustain my bills and pay the rent and all of these things. So I was really worried that, if I let go of this job, what is going to happen? So I started to receive the message from my spirit guides, and they were saying, it's okay to leave now. You can leave when you're ready. And I still didn't listen. And after receiving that message, things got bad enough at that job to where I had to pull the plug. It was my mental health, my peace of mind over, a steady paycheck. And once I made that decision to leave with the intent that, okay, I'm moving this out of my life that's no longer serving me, and I'm making space for spirit to support me. I'm making space for something else to come in. And I just took the chance. I said, well, I just decided I'm going to see what happens. That was my thought process. I've built up enough strength in this business at this point that I just went for it. And what ended up happening was immediately, as soon as I let go of that job, all these opportunities started to flow in. All of these coaching clients started to flow in, and there I was. I did it. I took the leap of faith and I stepped into, practicing what I love to do and serving people full time. And now I'm building a life inside of what I do as my business, or around what I do in my business, that serves me. I have a lot more time to spend with my friends and family. I have more time and resources to focus on my own healing, my own growth, my own spiritual development. I have time to do things I love. I really love going camping and spending time outdoors. I just have more flexibility in my life, and I've always wanted that. And now I realize that as I've created this sustainable and profitable spiritual business, that it's affording me everything I want in life and everything I desire in life. And you can decide too, what it is that you want and start to build around that. And so here at this point, it's been over a year since I've successfully created and developed this amazing, fruitful, profitable, sustainable business that supports my lifestyle, and I want to share that with others. I want to support others in that same realm. I want to help others really see how you can build this framework around what you love doing and start to get, start to really make it real. Because this, for me, for a long time, it was just an idea. But I started working with coaches and people in the industry who knew what they were doing. And once I did, and I took those strategies and tools and I put them into action, things started to work out. But also a big part of this is I had to learn to trust spirit. I had to learn to trust that what was coming through me, that passion, that spiritual calling that was rising up from my soul, that I could put that out there and that I could receive value from that. So a big part of what shifted for me and what I teach my clients now in my spiritual business coaching is how to really look at all of your skills, your gifts, and your abilities, how to create value and put it out in the world so that it can be reciprocated to you. There's a lot of work we have to do, and I had to do around shifting my mindset about what I can charge for my gifts, what I should be charging. And really that's kind of an inner healing experience on its own. We have to really look at our ideas of self-worth and all of these beliefs we have about ourselves and shift those things. But the cool part is that as you're growing this business, it's growing you simultaneously. So the business, the expansion and development of the business becomes the spiritual journey in its own right. So where I'm at right now is I'm making some big shifts here, and I'm opening up space for people to come in and work with me as their personal business coach and mentor. And I'm here to provide the support and the strategies and to give you really the tools to work on your energy and your mindset as you start to make this big shift in your life. Because it can be really scary when we want to make big changes. We come up against parts of ourselves, and we need to look at that. We need to really heal and transform ourselves as we're growing and transforming in our business. So I'm showing up, I'm providing all that you need in the realm of support, and help you. Part of this is really teaching you how to build the proper framework to make this a successful kind of operation for your business, because we still have to do the groundwork, we still have to lay the foundation, we still have to put ourselves out there and do the marketing piece, and there are ways that we can do that are really, really in integrity, which is very important to me, and I definitely teach from that space. So reach out to me if you're seeing this video. Leave me a comment. You can reach out to me on my Instagram page at JP Intuitive Healing. I also have a website, www.jesseprejean.com. You can book a free consultation with me through the website. We'll have a 20-minute phone call. We can talk about where you're at in your spiritual business, and how I can step in and help you evolve and transform your business. So thanks for listening. There's definitely more to the story, but I just wanted to make this video to kind of show you, that it's possible. And I never thought, for a long time, I wasn't sure that it was possible for me, but with the right help, with the right tools and the right strategies, I've been able to make this a reality in my life. And I'm really leaning in and aligned more to the life I'm building. That's kind of a dream life. So I'm here for you. Reach out. Thanks for watching.